Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to my channel. My name is Dr. Brenda Joyce Sanders, and I am doing daily devotionals in Daniel. I am now on Daniel chapter 11, and this is day 7. The main truth comes from Daniel 11, verses 17 through 19. The main truth is to remember to consider all your options. If you don't win, what are the consequences that your actions will bring? If you do win, what are the consequences that your actions will bring? Do things that will help you whether you win or lose. That's the main truth today. So you maybe remember the story in Genesis about the twins. They were the first twins in the Bible. Genesis 25 through 34. And that's Esau and Jacob. So I'm going to use this as an example of what I'm talking about. Most people remember Esau and Jacob because they were twins. And in a desperate moment, Esau sold his birthright to his twin, Jacob, for a morsel of bread. And back then, a birthright really meant something. It was very high as far as the value. But he sold it for a morsel of bread. So Esau was the eldest, and Jacob was the youngest brother. Esau was a hunter. So he came in from the field one day, and he was famished. He was feeling very faint, he said. And so he was no doubt, exhausted from being out all day hunting. So he asked his brother Jacob for some food. So Jacob basically took advantage of his brother Esau and kind of seized the moment. So Jacob told him that he could have some if he sold him his birthright. So Esau said that, well, I'm almost at the point of death. What good would the birthright do for me now? So, of course, Esau ended up selling his birthright just for some food. Now, actually, this rash decision ended up costing Esau for the rest of his life. All he saw was the now. He didn't think about the future, just the moment. So he didn't bother to look at both sides of it. I mean, what would have happened if he sold his birthright? He didn't think about that. Was what he was going through right now, was that worth him selling his birthright? What was going to happen when he did it in exchange for his birthright? He didn't think about any of that. He was so hungry. Had he just stopped just for a minute, even God didn't like what he had did. Even God said that he really didn't have a place with him because of that. So he didn't think about his decision. So we don't want to let our decisions cost us for the rest of our life because of a rash decision, something that's not even that important. Yes, food is important. We all have to eat every day. But one of the things that I learned, you're not going to die if you miss one meal. You're not going to die if you miss a day of eating. It won't kill you. So he didn't think about that. And let me just take a leap of faith and say that he probably wasn't going to die just because he was hungry and tired right then. He probably could have waited. But a lot of times we do this in our life. We don't wait. I want it right now, at this very moment. This is what I want. This is what I need at that moment. But a few seconds later, when you've calmed down and you've thought about things, now you have to deal with your consequences. And this is what happened with Esau. That birthright was valuable. Back then, the eldest son, for instance, they got like triple. And Jacob was the youngest, so he ended up getting triple. He ended up getting all that favor because of his eldest brother's birthright, because he sold it. He didn't see the value in it. He didn't think about it at the time. When we make decisions, we have to think about both sides. What will happen if I do this? What are the consequences if I win, for instance? What are the consequences if I lose? If I'm going to make a decision, is it worth what I'm going to lose? If I'm sacrificing something? Esau didn't think about it at all. I'll tell you one thing, a little discipline goes a long way. Rash decisions and desperation, without considering the consequences or weighing what may happen, that's never good for anyone. We have to think about more than what we can gain from stuff. We have to think about consequences as well. You can always ask the question, is what I'm going to gain worth what I'm sacrificing, what I'm going to lose? Unless the answer is a definite yes, then you need to make a different decision. Think before you act, and especially when something as small as this. Because if we're just talking about, oh, I was so hungry, I'm tired. We all get hungry and tired sometimes. You've worked a long day. Sometimes you come home. Sometimes you don't get a chance to eat. But just because of that, you should have some type of self-discipline to where, okay, I know it's hard right now. I want it right now, but I'm not going to die if I don't get it. I shouldn't be willing to sacrifice something so huge for just that moment in time that's going to pass. That's what Esau did, and so it cost him for the rest of his life. I hope that you don't make rash decisions, and I pray on this day that I can make better decisions and think about things and all the consequences, think it all the way through before I make my decisions. That's something that I'm working on even for myself. So I hope this has helped you some, and I hope you will subscribe to my channel. Remember to leave a comment about what you think about these videos. I would love to hear from you. And subscribe to my channel. And don't forget, the name of my book is It Does Not Matter If You Are Black or White. And I am Dr. Brenda Joyce Sanders, and the book is available on Amazon. And I hope that you have a most amazing day. And the most important thing, if you don't know Jesus, get to know him. Do not leave earth without him. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. God bless you.